Hello and welcome to today's Partner Infopedia Media Web Conference. This is part of the Windows 10 Learning Series, Windows 10 for Licensing. Presenting for us today, please welcome Senior Business Planner Tracy Fletcher. Tracy, you now have the floor.
Thanks, Dawn Marie. Welcome everyone to the webcast on Windows 10 licensing. We're going to start out by talking about the editions of Windows 10 that will be available with a focus on the commercial customers. We're then going to talk about what Windows as a Service means for commercial customers and for volume licensing. We're going to look at what volume licensing offers are going to be available for Windows 10, and then we're going to dive into some of the details of Windows 10 Enterprise Edition and Software Assurance. So the desktop editions of Windows 10, you can see there's 4 editions. Home is focused on consumers and BYOD scenarios. It's going to have familiar and personal experience. It's going to be up to date with the latest security and features. Windows 10 Home is available through pre-install through OEM devices as well as through the retail channel. Windows 10 Pro is geared towards small, lower, mid-sized businesses. It enables organizations to manage their devices and apps, and it has some advanced data protection. Pro devices are a good choice for organizations for CYOD scenarios, and it is as well available through pre-install on OEM. It's available through retail. Also through an upgrade is available through volume licensing, and we'll talk more about that. Windows 10 Enterprise builds on Windows 10 Pro. It has some advanced features against modern security threats. It's geared towards large and mid-sized organizations, and it also provides more comprehensive device and app management. Windows 10 Enterprise Edition will continue to be available exclusively through the volume license channel. Windows 10 Education is a new SKU offering with Windows 10. It builds on Windows 10 Enterprise. It includes all the features of Windows 10 Enterprise. In addition, it has a simplified deployment, including an upgrade path from Windows 10 Home SKU, which is not available for Enterprise. The Education SKU will also be available exclusively through volume licensing. In addition to the desktop editions, there are 2 mobile editions we're going to talk about. These are geared towards devices 8 inches or less. Windows 10 Mobile it comes pre-installed on mobile devices, phones, phablets, and small tablets. There is an upgrade, a Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise upgrade that is available through volume licensing, and we'll talk more about that, but it essentially provides some additional update control over the Windows 10 Mobile SKU. The next thing we're going to talk about is that you noticed on the previous slide, the desktop editions, there is a free upgrade being offered from Windows 7 and Windows 8. So we're going to outline what that means. For consumers who are running Windows 7 Home Basic or Home Premium or Windows 8 or 8.1, they will upgrade to Windows 10 Home. For commercial customers who are on Windows 7 Professional or Ultimate or Windows 8 or 8.1 Pro, they will upgrade to Windows 10 Pro. For the first year after we release Windows 10, it will be free. After that first year, there will be paid upgrade paths available. This free update is delivered through Windows Update. So now we're going to transition and talk about what Windows as a Service means for volume licensing. This information has been covered pretty extensively in some of the Windows as a Service and Staying Current with Windows materials. So if that's not something you're familiar with, I really encourage you to make sure you've gone out to Infopedia and the Partner Network to review the materials on Staying Current with Windows, which will give you a lot more detail. And these 3 concepts are the summary that's important to understand for licensing. For consumer devices, we have what's called the current branch, which essentially provides a seamless update experience for consumers to get the latest features and functionality as well as security updates with no action needed on their part. For business users and mainstream information workers and knowledge worker scenarios, we have what's called the current branch for business. This will provide companies with a streamlined way to provide all the latest security updates as well as new features and functionality in a cadence where the business has some more control over the timing and deployment options for those updates. And we do have an option geared towards special systems, which we're calling the long-term service branch. These are focused on mission-critical devices where limited change is more important than staying up to date with new features and functionality. I do want to emphasize that long-term service branches will continue to get security updates on the cadence that Microsoft is delivering them to any of these branches. So with these concepts, we're going to look at what they mean to licensing. For Windows 10 Home, which is our consumer offering, the current branch is the only option available, and the updates will come through Windows Update. We're going to talk more about the the other 3 editions where there's more options available. With Windows 10 Pro, customers can choose either the current branch or the current branch for business. They can have these updates delivered either through Windows Update for Business, which is a new feature that Microsoft announced yesterday on May 4th at the Ignite conference. And also they can continue to use WSUS or a deployment management tool that is in the market today. For Windows 10 Enterprise, they have a third option. They have all 3 of the options from the slide before. They have current branch for business, and also long-term service branch. You'll see from this slide that Enterprise Edition is the only edition that has a long-term service branch available. The updates for all 3 of those options can be delivered via Windows Update for Business, or WSUS. And for Windows 10 for Education, there's the current branch or the current branch for business, and again, all 3 delivery updates are available. So now we're going to talk about the volume licensing offers and what's available for customers through volume licensing. This should look pretty familiar to anyone who's worked in Windows 8. We continue to sell Pro and Enterprise. We sell software assurance and virtual desktop access. That's available per device or per user. And the new offers for Windows 10 are the Windows 10 Education and Windows 10 Mobile Enterprise. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the details of each of these. Windows 10 Pro in volume licensing is only an upgrade license. That means that a device receiving the volume license Pro upgrade does have a qualified underlying operating system. The Pro upgrade provides options to current branch or the current branch for business, and the upgrade licensing can be purchased through Open License, Select Plus, and MPSA. So a lot of questions that come up about the Pro upgrade is what's the difference between the Pro upgrade being sold in volume licensing and the free upgrade that we're offering to Windows 10 Pro? And so primarily, any customers who are on a version previous to Windows 7 Professional, they might be on Vista, they might be on XP, those operating systems do not qualify for the free upgrade to Windows 10. So those customers have the option of this volume licensing Pro upgrade. As well, once the free upgrade period ends, any customers that still have devices on Windows 7 Professional or Windows 8.1 Pro will have the volume licensing Pro upgrade available for purchase. For Windows Enterprise, just as today, Enterprise Edition can be purchased with software assurance for additional benefits, and we're going to talk more about what those benefits are. You can purchase a standalone upgrade license for Windows Enterprise Edition via Open or Select Plus or MPSA. It's important to note with Windows 10 that standalone upgrade license is only the LTSB. It does not provide access to the current branch of Windows 10 Enterprise Edition. Windows 10 Enterprise Edition requires a qualifying underlying operating system license, primarily Windows Pro. And the Enterprise Edition current branch and current branch for business are available exclusively to active software assurance customers. We're going to talk more about the features and benefits that you get with Windows 10 Enterprise and software assurance. So Windows 10 Enterprise continues to have exclusive enterprise features. You'll see here some of the features delivered in Windows 8.1 as well as new features coming within Windows 10. Microsoft has made a lot of innovation and a lot of investment in enterprise capabilities, primarily focused on security and IT management options. Things like granular UX control and lockdown, which provides IT administrators the ability to control the user experience. Pass the hash mitigations and device guard are both very innovative security features that are available in the Enterprise Edition only. Additionally, the Enterprise Edition will give you options about the telemetry that you provide Microsoft on your IT environment. Direct Access, Windows To Go, App Locker, and Branch Cache were all innovations delivered in Windows 8.1 Enterprise Edition, and they continue to be available exclusively in Windows 10 Enterprise Edition. Today, MDOP is an optional add-on to customers who buy Windows Software Assurance. After we launch, with the launch of Windows 10, MDOP is now going to be included in the SA offering. This does not mean that customers who historically have not purchased MDOP with SA will be granted rights retroactively. However, any customers renewing their software assurance or new customers purchasing software assurance moving forward will have MDOP included in the Windows SA SKUs that are available. With Windows 10, Enterprise with Software Assurance provides customers the most flexibility for using and deploying Windows. As I mentioned, Enterprise Edition is the only way to access a long-term servicing branch. In addition, with software assurance, customers have the complete control and choice around which branch they deploy across their covered devices. So they can choose a combination of current branch for business, and long-term servicing branch based on the needs of the different device segments within their infrastructure. The last column talks about our historical software assurance value. There's foundational benefits, version rights, and support. Version rights in the world of Windows 10 means what you get with software assurance is you get rights to the long-term servicing branch. In addition, rights to the enterprise current branch is, as I've mentioned, exclusively available to software assurance customers. You continue to have Windows To Go, virtualization rights, extended hotfix support, training, vouchers, TechNet benefits, all will continue to be available with Windows 10. Now we're going to move on to touch on the education in volume licensing. So education is sold as an upgrade with SA in the academic programs, so EES and OVS-ES. There's a new student benefit available through the academic programs. The Education Edition does have a qualified underlying operating system requirement, and the Education Edition Current Branch and Current Branch for Business is also exclusively available to active SA customers. The Mobile Enterprise in volume licensing, there's a Mobile Enterprise upgrade. That will be included. Any customer who is licensed with SA per user will have the rights to deploy the Mobile Enterprise upgrade across any of the mobile devices covered under the SA per user licensing. Additionally, standalone upgrade licenses can be purchased through Open and Select Plus MPSA on a per device basis. And essentially, Mobile Enterprise gives you a current branch for business scenario, whereas the just core Windows 10 mobile SKU is more of a current branch where there's no corporate control of updates. And so what you get with Mobile Enterprise is you get IT control over the update cadence for those devices. We're now going to spend some time talking about how we license Windows Enterprise and software assurance and for Windows 10. Customers can license either a PC that has a qualified underlying operating system, such as Windows Pro. They would buy Enterprise plus SA. That gives them rights to locally install Windows Enterprise on that PC, but it does have that requirement of an underlying operating system. For customers who want to buy thin clients or other PCs that do not have Windows Pro pre-installed, we have the VDA option, which is the virtual desktop access. While they do not have to have Windows Pro pre-installed, it also does not provide local install rights. What it does is it provides the ability to access Windows Enterprise running on a virtualized environment. Both of these include flexible use rights and SA benefits, and it's just the difference on how you access Enterprise Edition, whether it's through a local install or through a virtual environment. Starting in December of 2014, Windows started offering per-user software assurance licensing, and that is for both software assurance and VDA. So this provides access to Windows Enterprise Edition across all devices. It provides flexibility on how you deliver Windows, and the real goal was to simplify your license management by offering SA per user, VDA per user, and also the SA per user add-on, which I'm going to talk more about in a few minutes. So here we see the traditional per-device model, which was the only option for Windows Software Assurance prior to December of 2014. The licensing was per device, and any device required Windows Pro to be pre-installed. That gave you the rights to locally install Enterprise Edition on a single device. It gave you VDI rights for a single device, and you would have to purchase Mobile Enterprise for each device. With the per-user model, you do have, you pick primary users, and the primary device used by that user must have Windows Pro pre-installed. Beyond that primary device requirement, any secondary or any devices beyond the primary device can be covered by software assurance benefits without needing the Windows Pro pre-install. Now, the local install is still limited to Windows Pro devices, with the exception being a Windows tablet smaller than or equal to 10.1 inches, even if it does not have Windows Pro pre-installed, does have local install rights. Now, what you do get for any device, regardless of the operating system, is VDA rights to access Enterprise Edition through a virtual environment. And with per user, the Mobile Enterprise upgrade is included across any device. We have a similar model for VDA per user that you'll see with per device licensing. Each device requires its own VDA license. However, under per user VDA, you count your users, and then each of those users has VDA rights across their devices. And they do get local install of Enterprise Edition on Pro devices or tablets less than 10.1 inches, Windows tablets less than 10.1 inches. Now we're going to talk for a minute about the Windows per user add-on versus the USL, which is a user subscription license. For software assurance, you'll see that both options require Windows Pro as a qualified operating system. On the left shows for customers that currently have Windows SA licensed per device, they have the option of adding the SA per user add-on. It's a very simple licensing motion. For new or renewing customers, they no longer need to license by device, and it might be simpler for them to just count users and license Windows SA by the full USL. You'll see for VDA it's very similar, and I want to call out that under Windows VDA per device licensing, the same Windows SA per user add-on can be used to provide user-based licensing for that VDA. And there is also a VDA per user USL available for new or renewing customers. So, this concludes the content of the webcast for licensing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the audio portion of our Partner Infopedia web conference. Once again, recording from today's presentation will be available to Microsoft employees on Infopedia, and partners, you are going to be able to access the replay on the Partner Learning Center all within approximately 48 hours. A huge thank you to our presenter, and thank you, audience, for logging in and joining us today.